Time to water the sidewalk. And I like to come out in the morning, give a sweep, make sure the front of everything is nice and clean, especially in the summertime. I take the hose out, I water the concrete. I learned that from my grandfather. Watering the concrete is kind of like a funny Brooklyn thing. Growing up, I always saw the old Italian guys outside with the hose, spraying the concrete down, you know. I always loved that. I always loved people taking pride in their place and making sure that it looked good. So, and just get the day started in the right way. You guys want to run to the sprinkler? You've seen me eat pizza all around the world.
Wow, not bad.
But today, I'm gonna take you for a day in my life. We're gonna stop at my pizzeria, Best Pizza, show you around a bit. Shoot up to New Rochelle, my new pizzeria is about to open. Then to my alma mater in Hudson Valley, and return to Giacomo's, the pizzeria that inspired me to open my own. After that, we're gonna wrap up with a family dinner in Bensonhurst, Brooklyn.
Ooh, pizza potatoes.
I'm really excited.
$20.
Whenever you're ready, man, let me know if you have any questions. The grandma is a square pizza right over here. It's like a plum tomato sauce. Basically, when we opened this place, we just kind of wanted to represent what you saw when you went into a New York slice place. How are you? As a kid, I worked at this little place called Angelo's. It's not there anymore. I was like a busboy, and I worked in the back a little bit. And that's the first time I really got my hands on dough. It was my first job. I was always jealous of the cooks. I always wanted to be a cook. That's where I really first started making pizza. So we have 4 pizzas that are always in the case. Of course, we have the classic plain sliced cheese pizza you have here in New York. Grandma pizza, which is also a very classic pizza. And then we have our veggie pizza. So we're making our white pizza right now. It's sort of a signature here at Best. It wasn't really made to be that way, but it just kind of turned into it. There we go, white pie, voila. That was hot. I think we're one of the only places in New York to be cooking wood-fired pizza by the slice. The oven was built in the turn of the century, and this was taken in 1969, and it's a picture of the oven when it was still a bakery and a bread oven. You could see all the subway tile, there was even a window up top. Bill was a huge part of Best Pizza. He's on the back of all of our shirts. He had a big heart, he was a hard worker. He was one of our first delivery guys here. For like the next 4 years, Bill was a fixture here. He was one of my best friends. We spent a lot of time together. And then, unfortunately, 2 years ago, he passed away. As much as we can, we try to pay as homage to Bill and not forget him. Food is always number one. And that's where we spend the majority of our money, majority of our time. Being able to control the few ingredients that we use is really important. We make cheese here daily, so every morning it's just a part of the routine. With pizza, I realized something like very early on. When I was growing up, they got away from the old school techniques and they started using things that like the American food system was producing, rather than stuff that they grew in their backyard or stuff that was coming from the old country. So when we came in here, it was really important for me to make a pure pizza, a pizza with the cheese that they used to always do it with, and tomatoes that weren't messed with too much. And I think when people started tasting our pizza, there was like a little bit of an aha moment where it was like, it tastes good, you could taste all the flavors in the pizza. It's different than a lot of New York slices, but I like to think that it's different in a better way, It's more fresh and it's more like true to the original pizza. Bye guys, thank you very much. Enjoy Brooklyn. Off to New Rochelle in the swaggy minivan. So we're heading to my new pizzeria. The name of it is gonna be La Rosa. We're still a couple weeks out from opening. And New Rochelle is like a little bit outside of the city. It borders the Bronx. And the vibe is definitely a little bit different up here. Hey, what's going on, brother? But I love the community, and there it is. It's something I fell in love with. The pizzeria is just beautiful. This is a little bit bigger of a restaurant than Best Pizza. I think it needs to be pizza-based, but we're also gonna do, some of the Italian-American classics and maybe some antipastos. Matt, where you been building this fire, on the right or the left? To the left. To the left? I'm going to the right just to balance it now. We'll keep fucking with it until we find all the hot spots. It's really like playing an instrument almost. The hot spots, the cool spots, the temperature, the atmosphere, it all kind of plays in.
It's been a really long process trying to revive this place, revive this oven, revive the bar.
This guy put a lot of hard elbow grease into this place. Matt's from up here, so you know we have some connections up here. The name of the restaurant is called La Rosa, which is a family name of Matt's. So it's really important that we kind of took some of the stuff from the neighborhood, a kid from the neighborhood, and then kind of built around that. What do you think, Matt, size-wise?
I think 12 to 14 inch.
You want to take out 2 different sizes of the trays and we'll figure it out? This is essentially step 1 of R&D. We're making the first pizza here, see how it comes out, but after that, we're gonna really get in here with the team and figure out the menu. The style that we're doing here is very different than the style of Best Pizza, but I think our margarita pizza should be like classic. Chunks of mozzarella, fresh basil on before rather than after, a little bit of olive oil, and see how it comes out. Ready to rock and roll? Beautiful.
It's a bigger oven than Best Pizza by a foot.
By a foot. Right, here we go. I like the looks of it. What do you guys think?
Looks awesome.
This is a good sign. It's like a New York style pizza meets the Napoli style pizza, and I think that the way that we're doing it with the cheese and the basil is very Napoli, but the dough style is New York. All right, boys, pizza's ready. This is the whole crew here.
Nice bottom, holds up. It's really good.
It's exciting when the first pizza comes out like this. You know, the bottom is cooked well, the top is cooked nice, I think tomatoes come through. The style looks pretty cool, I think, with that basil on top like that. Once you have that margarita pizza down, everything comes very easily after that. Cheers, boys.
Cheers.
Pizza's looking good. We're headed up to the Culinary Institute of America, where I graduated in 2007 and learned how to really refine my cooking style. Coming back up to the Hudson Valley is really special for me. It's sort of getting back to my roots and helping me get inspired about opening this new place. Here we are. This is my alma mater back at school. You know you're back at the CIA when you look around and you see the students and everyone is just in whites. It's a uniform here. It feels good to be back. The campus is beautiful. We're gonna go meet some friends inside, give a little tour and see what it's all about. CIA is an old seminary. When I come up here, I usually will bring some friends and family, kind of show them around where I went to school. This is Ferguson Hall, and this is a really special place. This is one of the student dining rooms here. Looks good. There's not many colleges you get the opportunity to kind of go grab your lunch and then sit in a place like this, which is so beautiful. How are you?
Where are you? What are you doing?
I got a pizzeria in Williamsburg now.
Yeah?
Yeah, so just kind of doing the pizza thing. We have a 100-year-old oven and a really really cool little block.
That's great.
Yeah. When I decided to come to the Culinary Institute, I really wasn't sure that I wanted to get into pizza. I thought, I wanted to do fine dining, like food was art to me. This was by far one of my favorite classes at school here. This is fish fabrication. And basically in the front of the classroom is just like a normal classroom with a chalkboard and all that. But in the back, it's with a huge walk-in and all types of fish. Some flat fish, some round fish. Look at the size of this big boy. There's the man right there. Thomas Keller outside and Danielle Ballou. I love seeing these guys around because they make you remember what the goals are. We're walking past the Angel dorm room. I was stuck in that little dorm room with 3 guys. We all went to class together in the morning. When you came into class, you would always have to have a clean-shaven face, your necktie on, your long-sleeve chef coat, your pants, and of course, your 8-inch toque. And that's just the way it went. There's aspects of the school that reminded me of a military school. For me, being sort of the scattered-brained kid from Long Island that was a little crazy, I came here and it definitely gave me tools in life to be a little bit more organized, to be a little bit more clean, and to be a little bit more professional. Good luck, guys. Enjoy it all, enjoy the journey. This is where I used to come and get coffee every morning before class. Apple Pie Cafe. Right around the time when I started here at CIA, I needed money as a college kid, So I started working at the first pizzeria that I saw, which was Giacomo's. I made sure that I put down Frank Pinello, my full name, and I got a call the next day. They hired me, and I went in, and I was excited. I got my apron ready. I had my knife roll with me, and he goes, "Okay, Francesco, we're gonna start you off doing deliveries." You know, CIA, during the day I was getting a lot of technical experience in history, but at night it was really like hands-on business, you know, learning how to run a pizzeria. And I learned quick a lot of my personality needed to change in order to run a good pizzeria. I used to have a little Jetta that I parked over there. That's when I did deliveries. It's just when you work at a place for so many years, it instantly brings you right back, you know? What's up, guys? I'm doing well. How are you? I'm just looking for the boss. Is Giacomo around?
How are you?
What's up, Giacomo? How are
I see
you? You look great.
Oh my God, you too.
It's been too long. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. How are you?
Very good, very good.
I mean, I think back on my time here, and it's just like, by far, this is where I feel like I learned the most about food than anywhere.
Appreciate it. I'm very proud of what you're doing.
Thank you, Giacomo. Thank you. So, grandma's sauce, plum tomatoes, right? Wow, I can't believe I'm back in this kitchen and making tomato sauce with Giacomo.
So what we're gonna do, we're gonna chop some garlic. I come from a little town in Italy near Salerno, Naples, in Campania. I think is the best thing is be honest with everything, even the product that you use. You gotta use good product to make a good pizza. You gotta be honest with yourself and do everything you know how to do and teach your employee to do the same way. Hot peppers, yep, just a sprinkle. You know how much it is. You did it this.
I remember. How's that? A little more? That's okay.
A little bit more, yeah. I will put a little bit of tomato. The signature pie that we have is the grandma pizza. It's very simple sauce.
Well, my grandma pizza is very much an ode to you. We make it a little bit differently, but for the most part, it's just the same exact steps that you taught me, the special pans that you taught me to use.
So now this pizza has been settled for a little bit. We let it rise. Now it's ready to be finished up.
This is kind of what I always remember you teaching me with the air, keeping it inside, using your fingertips and letting it spread evenly. All right, there it is.
Ready to go.
All right, I hope it comes out good, Giacomo.
Gonna come out great.
Fingers crossed. Here's the finished grandma, and now I'm gonna cut it, and I know how to cut this pizza because I cut it the exact same way at my place. It's how ode to Giacomo's. Ooh, there it is.
He was Alan, he was listening and they absorb everything you would tell him. You can see now he's doing pretty good with his pizza place also, right?
Thank you, man. I can't even tell you what an influence you've been to my career. It's higher than anybody that I've ever worked for, and I hope you know that.
Appreciate that you told me, and I'm very proud of you.
Thank you, Giacomo. I'm headed to Bensonhurst, Brooklyn right now, which is where my grandmother lives. Bensonhurst is a neighborhood in South Brooklyn, known as being an Italian or Sicilian neighborhood. This is obviously a very special place for me. It's the block that I grew up on, the block that I was born on, and I have many family members in the same block. And tonight, dinner at Grandma's house. But before that, I figured I'd stop at L&B SPUMONI Gardens, which is a legendary pizzeria in Brooklyn, and then head over to my favorite bakery, Villa Bate, for some sweets for the family. So SPUMONI Gardens has a couple things going on. They have not only a great pizzeria where they're known for their square pizza. How is it? They have awesome SPUMONI ice cream. What's up, guys? Smells good in here. I couldn't be happier right now. I'm starving, so I'm ready for a slice. Corner square. The rule is, you grab a slice, you go outside and sit at a picnic table. When you're done, go over to the Italian ice section, grab a SPUMONI.
Want one for now?
Yeah, I'll take one regular slice and one square.
It's SPUMONI Gardens Pizza. This pizza is the best pizza in Brooklyn you're gonna find around, let me tell you.
He's right.
Oh, God, that smells good. This is it right here, boy. Ooh. Look at that. Mmm, so good. It's crispy. This sauce is like really tangy and delicious. I love how they put the cheese underneath. It just adds a different flavor and texture to it. And just like I remembered it, my neighborhood doesn't disappoint me. I love it. One of my weaknesses in life is spumoni ice cream. I will eat an entire bucket this big if it's in front of me. I need a spumoni for myself, and then I need to bring some spumoni home to my family. So each flavor is what?
This one's the cremolata. It's like vanilla.
Okay.
The green one's pistachio.
Okay.
And this one's chocolate, and they all contain almonds.
You're in Bensonhurst. Spumoni Island. There it is. Spot on. I love this shit. What's up, guys? What's up, man?
What's going on, brother?
Coming to see Nonna, stopping in to grab some pastries and maybe a little espresso.
Making the rounds.
Making the rounds. Back to the neighborhood. These guys are the best bakery in New York. They do it over here like you're in Sicily.
So my family has owned and operated Villa Botte since 1978. We are the typical Sicilian pasticceria. We do pastries, cakes, all good types of sweets, and we got a full gelato spread that you can't compare to anywhere else. Everybody loves the rum baba, rum-soaked sponge cake.
That'll get you drunk, right?
Awesome, yeah. One of the most traditional Sicilian pastries you'll ever come across.
This is like one of the sweetest things too in the
it's
world,
awesome.
right? This is my favorite. Only in Italy, right?
Yes.
It's a marvel of engineering. Bam.
I've known Frank like a few years now. The guy is strictly an espresso and cannoli man. Loves him. Cannoli unveiling.
Bellissimo. Best cannoli in the city.
It's nice. It's got a tangy, like earthy taste.
So good. 100%. Nobody does it better than you guys.
Thanks, Frank.
Nobody.
You could have brought some pizza though.
That's a good point. That's a good point. I screwed up. What was I thinking? I came empty-handed. Now we're gonna head back to Nonna's house for dinner. I'm really stoked.
Hey, Francesco.
Oh my God! Oh, how are you?
You
I
recognize
said,
me?
no, honestly, what are you doing here?
We got the cameras over here. I'm going to my grandmother's house. Going to Bensonhurst to me is like, it's a nice little recharge. A lot of my family from Sicily came to this neighborhood and have lived here. My father grew up on this block. I know that my aunt is cooking up some specialties, some Sicilian specialties that we grew up eating. There's always a lot of people there and there's always a ridiculous amount of food. So I'm happy just to see my family and have a good home-cooked meal. Yo, bro, people don't fall for Ponzi schemes no more. Arrivamo, arrivamo. I got some goodies, What's up, Carl?
Francesco Pinello.
What's up, Pop? There's the queen. Wow. Nonna, scratches. Hopefully you win. What do we got going on? What's for dinner?
This is what I made. Pizza potatoes. It was my favorite. You like these, right?
These are my
You love
favorite.
them.
I remember the smell of it just like reminds me of when my Nonna used to make them.
Yeah, hopefully they taste good.
I'm sure they will.
Okay.
This is a talent right here in the family.
He was like a terremoto. He was like a little earthquake. I have to say, he was not really interested in cooking at that point.
All right, so we're good to go.
Listen, go sit down.
Come on, let's see, man.
I'm starving. Me too.
Hello. Are we gonna say grace?
Who's sitting in that thing? Me. Why? It's a step stool.
I know, but
There's a chair right behind you. Pizza potatoes, so good.
are they good?
This came out unbelievable. I haven't had this in so long. And Marta,
Yes.
you have to explain to me one more time. What's the origin of these pizza potatoes here?
I don't know what the origin is, but my Nonna used to make them.
Yeah, where did the name pizza potatoes come from?
Well, I named them pizza potatoes.
Because we're on the pizza show.
Everything's
You
delicious.
guys smell good?
So good.
Delicious.
I always felt he was going to go into fine dining because he had that kind of head for it, you know? He was very particular about certain foods and how certain foods played against each other. But she was always telling him, Frank, you gotta open up a pizzeria. That's what you gotta do. And I'm glad he listened to her.
I used to get insulted though when she was like, open a pizzeria. I was like, open a pizzeria? Like, what am I going to this school for to open a pizzeria?
Make it a business of itself.
But the moral of the story,
Well, I think
always listen to your mother. Always listen to your mother. And let me tell you, this kid has worked hard. He hasn't rested since he started the CIA. You know, from now to then, I don't think this kid is rested at all.
That was before Best Pizza got corporate.
Yo, she just took a jab at me.
Let's bring it to the table. I almost dropped everything.
Here we go. Oh, there it is. We don't only have to eat spumoni on 4th of July like we do every year. We can eat spumoni every day. All right? So let's do it. I would like to say cheers to my family and to all of you for supporting me all these years. It means a lot to me. It's helped my career. And I hope that there's many, many, many more opportunities like this. I love you all. Thank you.
Love you.
Salud.
Cheers.
Cheers. Salud, guys.
Saludo.
$5. $5.
$10.
Quanto?
10. Look.
10.
Questa nonna.
Tutte cose a posto. Beste pizza, beste Francesco e beste nonna.
There's
Tutto
a
a
tagline,
posto.
folks.
Tutto a posto.
Everything's good. It's all good.
Viva Santa Fortunata.
That's our saint, Santa Fortunata.